My name is Duddits, I do builds and stuff. Today's video is going to be about how to become a subjugator. Tracking strand suspension via our glaive. We're going to have restoration, like I said, infinite suspension with the brand new glaive. The refusal to call with beacon rounds is severely underrated. Pairing it up with mind spun invocation so we can literally consume our grenade, suspend everything. And with refusal of the call, this brand new epic strand glaive is going to enable you to track enemies with projectiles. Very, very strong, and it literally turns you into a strand subjugator. We'll also be pairing it up with Karnstein armlets for restoration and all the unraveling goodness from the seasonal artifact pack. So stay with me, I'll break it down. So we'll start off with the brand new, absolutely fantastic brand new glaive, refusal of the call. It's the first strand glaive in the game. It's got envious assassin on there. Defeating targets with other weapons before drawing this one transfers additional ammo to the magazine from reserve. This effect can overflow the mag, which reduces reload obviously, which is really good on glaives. And then beacon rounds, final blows with this weapon grant your projectiles tracking and increase reload speed for an improved duration. Dealing further damage extends this duration. Beacon rounds, we usually see that on sidearms, and it's crazy on a glaive. We've also got the Willing Vessel origin trait. Dealing damage or defeating targets with this weapon gradually grants increased stability, handling, reload speed and charge rate. So you're going to get loads of charge rate for your shield. And the effect increases when you're near allies. Now, Power of Ambition mod is really, really strong. Rapid hits with this weapon grants blight rounds dealing damage over time to targets hit by this weapon. It is strong against Overlord champions. A really, really strong mod this season. So what I want to do firstly is just show you the beacon rounds. You'll see just on that bottom left next to the unstoppable shot, this beacon rounds is severely underrated. Look at the tracking on that, and that is literally like a subjugator glaive. We all know how good they track. Well, you've got that in hand with this glaive. It is super, super strong. Really, really nice. So that's the tracking glaive ticked. What about suspension? Well, via mind-spun invocation, whenever you consume your shackle grenade and activate Weaver's Trance, final blows with weapons will create a suspending detonation. So consume your grenade and you are literally a subjugator. Everything is suspended via your tracking beacon rounds. And the good thing with this as well, it actually works with the melee. So you can also melee while you've got your Weaver's Trance active, and it will also suspend via your glaive melees as well, or any other weapon in fact, but obviously we're focusing on the glaive. So tracking glaive for suspension or melee for suspension, consume your grenade and you're good to go. Everything is getting suspended just like a subjugator. There's a lot more than just that going on as well, which we will go into in the video. You'll see on the bottom left I've got Woven Mail going. I've also got Unraveling Rounds as well. But just for a massive amount of survivability, what we're going to do is pair it up with the Karnstein armlets. And it says melee and finisher final blows instantly grant cure and provide restoration for a short duration. This works with your melees, but it also works with glaive melees. You'll see there, I've got my restoration. Get a glaive melee kill, you're going to get restoration ×1 and cure, which just helps to the cause. So now we've got a tracking glaive, like a subjugator. We've also got Weaver's Trance going for suspension, and we're an absolute tank with Karnstein armlets. The other thing with the Karnstein armlets, you get the ×1 via your melee or glaive melee, but if you use a finisher, you will also get ×2 restoration. So if you can get a finisher and then start using your glaive, you're going to be able to keep that ×2 resto going, so you're even more of a tank. Very, very strong. Exotic arms, very underrated. Now to pair up with the Mind-Spun Invocation, I've decided to go with the Wanderer. Now every time you throw or destroy a tangle, this will also suspend. This is just my option. You've got other options as well that you could use. Something like Weaver's Call, but I really like this one just for the extra suspension. Now this little combo of fragments and mods is excellent. Thread of Wisdom, defeating suspended targets creates an orb of power, because we're going to be suspending everything, so it's a good fragment to run. The other fragment that pairs nicely is Thread of Warding. Picking up that Orb of Power or any other orb of power will give you Woven Mail, Woven Mail's a 40% damage reduction. Adding Powerful Attraction on your class item automatically collects nearby orbs of power when you activate your class ability. So you don't have to run around collecting orbs, just put your class ability down, and you're also going to get unraveling rounds going with that as well. Now don't forget, strand weapons also deal increased damage to debuff targets, which is an extra 5% damage, which is pretty nice. Especially if you add it up with just basically strand surges. If you run a couple of strand surges, 5% is not bad really, just because you can suspend everything, so everything's going to be debuffed. If they're not suspended, they're going to be unraveled as well, so it's really good. You'll see here in this little clip I've created plenty of orbs. I put my class ability down, and then if you just watch on that bottom left when I put that class ability down, you're going to get all them orbs that are nearby, so you don't have to run around. You've got your resto going, and you've got the Woven Mail just by putting your class ability down. Back to beacon rounds, do with this information what you want, but it's absolutely excellent for Grims. Them pesky bats just get absolutely destroyed because it tracks. The other thing with Glaives, which is quite obvious as well, but don't forget the potency of the blocking. You are a tank anyway whenever you block with Glaives, but once you've got everything going on, you can literally run round. I know I've said it a couple of times, but you are literally a subjugator with this build, suspending everything, and it's excellent for things like Nether, where your health regen is reduced because of your Karnstein armlets. You're already pretty tanky in the Nether without the health regeneration. Add your Woven Mail on top of that, and your healing, and your suspension and the tracking glaives, and it's a really solid build. It's for solo or team play. Obviously right now we've also got some really good seasonal artifact packs for glaives, things like Hold the Line to get the increased reload speed. You don't actually need the healing if you run Karnstein, but it opens up other build opportunities. And then we've got NooLvL, Rapid, Glaive, Melee, Final Blows, grant special ammo, and you get increased melee damage to targets after blocking. So what I really wanted to do was show it working in some harder activities, so just like Lake of Shadows, I've got a few clips of that just to show you how sort of strong it is. You've got your healing going on, suspension, etc, etc. Very, very decent, and like I said, for solo play it's good, but you're also very helpful for your teammates, suspending everything, creating a lot of orbs as well, so it's pretty solid. You could even incorporate Winterbite into this, which I'll probably look at over the next couple of days. Obviously Winterbite is an exotic heavy glaive, you can run 2 glaives, it's got the weighted edge perk on there. So I'll maybe try and have a look at doing another dim link, some in the next couple of days with the Winterbite, maybe change some fragments, but just for now I wanted to focus on the Strand Glaive. It's epic and it's very strong for endgame activities. The only thing that it's not like I don't dislike glaives, I really like running glaives. Like for Nether, Court of Blades, things like that, it's excellent. And they're also excellent, and this particular build is excellent for certain GMs, not every single GM, and in certain pockets of GMs too, like where you're going to get a lot of high density adds in a close range environment. They absolutely shine, and I've seen some really epic glaive builds over the last couple of seasons. My only sort of small problem with like most GMs now, where you're going to get an area where you can't really use glaives, like for example on this Lake of Shadows, you're going to get that meatball bit or the end, and it's not really glaive friendly, but other than that, glaives are solid and this build really shines in endgame activities. But what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to leave all my mods, my armour. I'll try to make him look like a subjugator, I'm not sure if it does. There's my mods. I'm going to leave my seasonal artifact packs all there as well. There's my fragments. I will leave a dim link, and I will also leave a mobalytics link if you're on your mobile and dim link not friendly for you, but dim link, mobalytics link will all be included. But that wraps up the Subjugator build. Let me know what you think. Very fun, very helpful, very strong. Thanks for watching, have a great day.